That's all. That's the song.
I got you.
All right. I got one of those electric keyboard dusters. You know,
Okay, yeah.
so you don't have to keep buying the things with the gas, whatever. That thing blows.
Literally, or?
Oh yeah, that was it. That was the joke.
I was gonna say, I thought if it was bad, you got unfortunate.
No, it's one of these things where like I make this joke every time. One of the things that was in this house when we bought it, they like left over a vacuum for us. So when I used it, and every time I ever use it again, I'll just be like, man, this thing sucks.
My God.
Yeah.
Zenobia is a saint. I'm realizing that.
She has a lot of patience.
She does.
Yeah.
She's not a doctor, but she's got patience.
You know, I feel like that's such a overdone one. Just kind of like something about having dollars, but I have change or something. You know, like change brings dollars. Dollars make sense type shit. You know what I mean? It's good the first 50 times.
Okay. Try this one on.
Okay.
I'm not a baker, but I got some cake.
What kind of cake? Is it like money or butt cheeks?
Yes.
Okay. But your own butt cheeks?
Yeah.
Like you're packing meat?
I'm packing schmeat, dude.
Is that is having a big butt like a rapper brag?
Is having a big butt a rapper brag?
I'm asking you because you're kind of implying it would be if you're a baker and you've got some cake and it's your own butt cheeks. You're packing your own butt
I
meat.
think if you're a lady rapper, yes. I think if you're a dude rapper, you probably wouldn't be advertising your booty.
You never know, you know? It's 2020.
Listen, I mean, you can advertise anything, right? But I would find it hard for like Kanye West to get up on stage and be like, yeah, and I got like these cheeks clap, you know?
I mean, I can see it happening. Maybe not with Kanye specifically, but maybe in like 10 years we have a mainstream rapper clapping cheeks, his own.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think it could happen. Do I think it will happen? Eventually, yes. Do I think it will happen soon? Probably not.
What's soon though? I mean, 10 years I think is pretty.
I think the rest of this year probably won't happen.
I mean, this year is 2 months.
Yeah.
So
I only know so much about hip hop, so I can't hazard how long in the future something's gonna happen.
Oh, if I can like relax and do this.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
really?
shit.
Just sink into the couch. Really. Really spread those cheeks.
All right, this is over. All right, this is nice. Hopefully I end up visible on that.
How familiar are you with Harry Potter characters?
I know some of their names.
Do you know who Dobby is?
He's a little guy, a little elf.
And you know who Hagrid is?
He's the big guy. He's hairy.
So, according to Reddit, somebody wrote a fanfic between Hagrid and Dobby.
Fucking?
Yeah. And one of the lines Dobby says to Hagrid is, "It's okay, Dobby stretches." The look on your face was like actual pain.
I just don't understand how stretching would help him. Oh, like not physically, but like parts of him stretch.
Yeah.
I hate that even more. Because I was like, what does it mean? Like he does yoga and he's more fit to fuck a man 100 times his size. But now I get it.
Yeah.
We keep talking about how you have to get off Reddit. I think this is the turning point.
That made me get off Reddit when I read it. Yeah, I read that, and every comment after that was like, "Why would you share this with me?" And I was like, "Okay, I've seen enough."
What's the most like? I guess I'm trying to figure out how to phrase it. I have seen something on the internet, two things in particular that have been burned into my brain, and they're not like Lemon Party or Two Girls One Cup. Like those are for sure there, but there are two things I can think of that have like scarred me. What, generally speaking, is that for you? Because I don't think Hagrid, Dobby, / fiction.
Nah, I'll probably forget about that in like a week.
Yeah.
I don't think anything I've read has really scarred me. I don't really dwell on any of the nightmare material on Reddit.
Well, it doesn't have to be on Reddit. I mean, I don't remember where I saw these things, but I just know I saw them and what they were.
I don't know. I never. There was a while where I was on the subreddit Watch People Die.
Oh yeah, before it got banned.
Yeah, before it got banned. But I don't remember. And the one thing I do remember was some dude fell on a power line. From working on the power line, like he fell off and onto the power line.
Is he all right?
I mean, part of him fell off of the power line eventually.
Oh. Yeah, that stuff messes with you. It's like there's one particular like chainsaw. It's a classic online that some dude showed me. It's like been around forever.
Okay.
It's like the never gonna give you up of dying videos. It's like the thing that people put into like fuck with you. So I've seen that before and it kind of scarred me. I think I was like 14 when I saw that, so it kind of did some damage.
Yeah, I don't know. I think for me a lot of it is I realize that watching people mess up while funny or like get really seriously hurt or die while occasionally funny or like not like cathartic but like impactful. I think it's cool to watch people like succeed. So I like the Hold My Red Bull subreddit now. Like I like watching people do crazy stuff and actually like do it and then make it out. Or like I think that some of the cooler ones is like people fail for like 100 times and on like the 101st time they succeed and just like that look of elation on their face and all their friends go crazy. I love that stuff.
It's like your thing of League of Legends guy who keeps fucking up.
Yeah.
You just want to see him win one time.
Yeah.
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 Hypothetically, that guy wins. Do you watch him play more?
No, I don't watch a lot of North America.
So you really just in it for the like, is he finally going to get it?
I don't think he'll ever win. The amount of things that would have to change for him to win is astronomical. Like he'd have to fundamentally change, like something about his team would have to fundamentally change the game. That's how you win the world championship. Like the way you play has to be like revolutionary in some way. And North American teams almost never bring that to the table. So I can't see him winning.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of a hopeless.
It is, but I mean, it's what's crazy to me is that he's been through so much that, and then like I've experienced him being through so much, like because I've just been along for the ride, and like I feel like a connection to him in some way almost.
Sure.
Like we've both been playing League of Legends since like it came out basically, and like I watched him get up on stage knowing like I knew it's like he had a family tragedy that week and now he's out there playing and I watched that series and like just how well he played no matter what, and then like he just finished that series and walked off stage and then went to Worlds and got blasted. Like I don't know, man, there's just something about that, like just the idea of like people putting it all out there. I like that. I want to live my life that way almost.
Then tell us every secret you have. You're putting it all out there on the internet. Let's go.
One time, my friend Joseph almost killed her.
Fuck you.
I don't know if I have very many secrets. Most of the things in my life I tell at least one other person. Yeah.
What haven't you told another person? Let's do a world exclusive right here.
I don't know. It would take me a while to like figure out who I've told what to.
Just think of something wild, you know, just like I've never eaten a salmon bagel. Technically true, not very interesting, but it is true. You haven't told anybody.
I've never had a burrito.
What the fuck?
I've never had a burrito, not once in my whole life.
Ooh. Okay, I kind of get it for you though.
Yeah.
Because the things that are filled
in a burrito
you typically don't eat.
Yeah.
Is there like a kosher burrito?
I don't know.
Like vendor?
I don't know. I've never looked into it.
I feel like that's a hot market to tap into.
I think we have different definitions of hot market and tap into.
I mean, just to start it off, right? Like you have one burrito. Can you eat lard?
No.
I'm going to have to figure out how to do that. Because animal lard is kind of a key thing to a flour tortilla.
Yeah.
You know? We'll workshop it, but I'm just saying we can have a kosher burrito and just put it out there, see how it goes.
Yeah, listen, it's not like I'm emotionally opposed to burritos. It's just I've never had a burrito. I've never gone out to a place and been like, feed me a burrito.
Yeah,
because it's never been like I've seen a burrito on the menu and been like, that's the thing I want to eat. You know?
Yeah.
It'll be like, I don't really like beans very much, so.
That's crazy to me. It's like there was a time in second grade where we went around the class and the teacher asked everybody individually, one by one, in like a big circle, what's your favorite food? Mm-hmm. You answer out loud. And it was pizza, pizza, pizza across the board. Like 20 kids said pizza in a row. They got to me.
You said beans?
I said bean burritos.
Oh my God.
Like a fucking Chad, right? I don't care about this sheeple bullshit. Mm-hmm. I love pizza. It's not my favorite food. I said bean burritos. Within 5 minutes of that, I mean, already I kind of made myself a factor in the room because I went against the grain. I told everybody I love bean burritos, is my favorite food. Within 5 minutes, I farted in front of everybody in that class. It's one of the most embarrassing things I can think of in my childhood.
How severe of a fart are we talking? Hold on.
So,
are we talking like an echoer? Like, did it echo in the room or what?
So I told the teacher I needed to get up and like go out of the circle. Oh, no. So me bringing attention to myself brought everybody to silence, right? It was dead silent. And as I started the walk to go take care of what I needed to take care of, fucking every fart echoes when there's no one else speaking. Yeah, I remember that moment very clearly. I was 7 years old. It was almost 20 years ago at this point, but I can think of
God damn.
Even the teacher. And the thing is, that teacher knew my nana personally. So like, I'm sure they talked about me and all that kind of stuff. So Joseph's not doing well.
Joseph enjoyed one too many bean burritos.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I thought I was being cool in that, like representing like my true favorite food, which is bean burritos.
Yeah.
Like, hell yeah, I'm so proud. And then
what did you do afterwards?
So I pretended like I didn't know.
Oh no.
I was like, I made like a face like someone else did it, and then I walked away.
I think the move there, if you're really the Chad person, is just to laugh like
Yeah, I guess so. I didn't have the Chad energy I wanted to exude in that moment. Yeah. It was really just really embarrassing.
Yeah. I don't know, someone once, this might have been you actually, but someone said like, instead of just being awkward about awkward things happening, if you just laugh at it, it's like way less awkward.
Yeah, I agree with
but
that. But
don't do an awkward laugh at it. Yeah, don't be like, ha, ha, ha. Like, that doesn't help you in that scenario. If you like genuinely laugh. Listen, farts are funny, all right? If someone farted in class like that and they started laughing, I guarantee all the other 7-year-olds would have lost their goddamn mind.
Probably, yeah. I don't know. It's just like we were 7 and the first girl I ever liked was in that class. Yeah. So it was
and you just ripped that straight in front.
Yeah, I was like, man, I fucked that up pretty proper. Like, there's no explaining that one away and still being cool.
Remember when I farted as I left the classroom?
And I pretended I didn't know who it was.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. That same girl, I had a pair of sneakers. They kind of like predated, what are they called?
Velcro?
No, what's the ones where you roll?
Heelys?
Heelys. They were kind of Heelys before Heelys.
Oh, okay.
They were just white sneakers that had like a really thick sole because on the inside they were there were wheels that popped out. Mm-hmm. So there were buttons on the side of my shoes that could hit them, and then I got little wheels on them.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. So I was 7, so my idea of impressing this girl, I had like built up a whole thing, right? I was trying to be impressive person. Mm-hmm. So I did this thing where I would pop out the wheels and then balance on one foot. So I would like, and then just stand there with one shoe with the wheels on it to be like, huh? You know, you're 7 years old, that kind of stuff is cool. And she was like, you know, I could feel it. She was kind of like, she thought it was cool also.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. All right.
But the day of the bean burrito incident, I don't think I ever came back from that.
No.
Yeah, she never really talked to me again after that.
That's all right. Listen, we're gonna go back in time to 7-year-old Joseph. We're gonna tell him you're gonna rip ass as you leave this class, but you laugh so hard at the end, and I bet you land every girl in the class. I bet every girl in the class would be like, "That's my man right there."
I don't know. I don't know if I could have pulled it off at that point. I was too soft to be able to like pull off the kind of alpha energy that one needs to be able to truly laugh at themselves in that moment. I would have only been able to do the awkward one, because if you had told me to laugh, I would have hit him with the,
All right, let's think about this one right now. All right, Let's say you're at work, you're in a big meeting, you rip ass again. Do you laugh hysterically? Because I would.
I guess it's different now because these days it's all remote meetings.
Yeah, I mean, okay, let's say that you got called back in because COVID's magically fixed, right?
Sure.
In our utopian society, COVID's not an issue. We can all go back to work if we want to. Let's say you need to go into this meeting. You're all in the same room.
Sure.
It's you, your whole team, your manager. The room quiets down for a second, and during that time, it's just dropping the trombone,
I don't like. I think that's the downside of being like an adult. Yeah. Is that you truly can't just laugh it off, because then you're just considered like a super fucking weirdo. It's like that dude didn't, like, first off, you're very strange for farting in a work scenario at all. And you have to be like super apologetic, be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened," type shit. But like, if you just laugh at it, they're just like, "Well, that dude's for sure insane." Right? Like, imagine someone you don't really know, and this is the kind of expectation you're setting for people.
You will laugh, and then afterwards you go like, "I'm so sorry. I thought I could sneak that one through."
Oh, it's like Step Brothers.
I've never seen that movie.
Anyway, there's a scene that's kind of like that. But yeah, it's like, I don't know, especially because this would be the first time meeting these people, because I started this job during this time, and it's like meeting them in person would be a whole thing.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, so it's like, "Hello, I'm Joseph," and fucking, it'd be second grade all over again. I'm the bean burrito fucking weirdo who laughed at his own fart when he met us.
Oh my god. Maybe I'm just the immature one.
You'd appreciate it, but you're also the guy who's like, 69, nice.
Okay, I let that one slip out, okay? I was doing that ironically, and it became a habit.
It's dangerous. That's a dangerous path to go.
Really, honestly, I feel like I need to stop doing anything ironically, because the moment I do start to do something ironically, it just eventually becomes not ironic.
Yeah. That's kind of how, I mean, it's like one of those things where you see something new and you start to make fun of it because it's different. Mm-hmm. And you're like, that's kind of cool though. So you start saying things like, "That's fire, brother." Type shit, Am I my brother? No, I definitely give him a hard time for saying that's fire. That's fire. Yeah, but he says it all goofy. He's like, but he says it like he's fucking around.
Yeah, but he means it now. I know he means it because he's said it too many times to me for it to be him just messing around with it.
Has he progressed to calling it fi yet? Like FYE?
Yeah, he does. He has an occasion, but those were the ones where he was doing it ironically. Okay. But that was the last time I saw him, which would have been like before COVID.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, no. By the time you see him again, he'll be calling everything fi.
Well, he's going back for Thanksgiving, so.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm getting a dining room table, actually.
What's your journey been on your dining table experience?
I mean, I sat down one day. I found one. I sent it to my mom, and I was like, "Commentary," and she said, "I like that one." And I said, "All right."
Yeah, but are you going like IKEA? Are you going local places?
Oh no, I'm going do it online. Wayfair.
Real wood. Okay. Yeah. Do they have I mean, we got up like half of our furniture. We got this couch from Wayfair.
I like their stuff. Almost all my stuff's from Wayfair. Yeah. The only furniture in my house that isn't is the bar stools. Those are from Overstock.
What are your qualifications when you're looking for a table?
I was looking for something that kind of like fits, my aesthetic. Like your guys' house is like a home. People live here, enjoy their time here.
You're the opposite.
My house is like clinical. Yeah. It's like stark and sharp edges and lines and stuff. So I kind of wanted to play into that a little bit. So like my table is a rectangle glass top, and I wanted to show the glass top. I want people to know like, oh, if I mess up, like that's glass right above me. But the base is made of two like ovals. So like those are the only not stark lined things in my house. So I want it to be like, oh, there's like something chill, you know? There's something to take the edge off in the house, you know?
Something with no edges, taking the edge off.
Yeah. Like the top has the edge, but underneath it is just like two ovals as the base, like holding the table up.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going for. I mean, color wise, everything else in my house, unfortunately, is black, gray, or white. So I think it's the combination of the three.
Sounds like an avant-garde table, you know, kind of artsy.
You've seen my coffee table.
Your coffee table. Oh yeah, it's like made of something weird. It's like stone or some shit.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. It's like an uncomfortable place to relax. I think that's kind of your vibe.
Yeah, your guys' place is like you come in, you know, we have food cooking, take a seat at the dining room table, you know, eat, enjoy. You go into my house and it's like, where do I sit?
So much space.
Yeah, it's like there's just empty space. There's like white walls with nothing on them. It's like, okay.
Yeah, most
empty
of
floor.
Yeah. Empty floor, I kind of think is underappreciated, especially when living with Zenobia. She's one of these like fill every space that people realistically wouldn't be in. Mm-hmm. So that's how we have all these plants everywhere. That's how we have, you know, we just have stuff everywhere. I'm not complaining, but I mean, I'm kind of complaining. It's a little, you know.
Yeah.
But I like space.
I got you.
I like a little bit of space. Maybe not as much space as you have in your house.
Well, I'll have less space because my dining room table will take up the dining room area.
Yeah. I think once you figure out what to do with your bug room, it'll be a home to me.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to be doing anything on purpose in my bug room. My brother goes for rotations. He has furniture that needs to be put somewhere. So whatever we can, we're probably just going to stick in there.
So you have a storage room in your house?
Yeah, amazing.
For those at home who maybe aren't familiar with Yazeed as a man, he has a room in his home where he will lure bugs into, or just wait for them to walk into.
Fly. The walkers, they get axed.
Oh, you kill the walkers?
Yeah, I put on my boots and I jump on them.
You serious?
Yes.
You jump on them?
Yes.
That seems like a little bit overkill. You could probably just smush them.
No.
Like a calm smoosh.
No. What if I miss?
What if you miss the jump? It's the same problem.
No, it's not.
You've never missed a jump in your life on a bug?
No.
Okay. Anyway, there's a bug where there's a room where he keeps bugs to just kind of like live out their lives. It's kind of a retirement community if you think about it for bugs. Like you don't do anything to them, you just wait for them to die.
I prefer to think of it as hospice care, right? Because
they're not like terminally ill.
They are. I mean, if you think about it, bugs only live for like a couple hours, like a couple days, maybe like 3-4 days. I trap them in there with no food, no water. They're not gonna make it. I know for sure they're not gonna make it. There's no recovery. They're basically, the moment they set foot into my house, it's terminal. There is no
escape.
It's not like I let bugs out of my house back into the wild. That's a mistake. It's a rookie mistake a lot of people make, assuming that bugs need to survive. There's too many bugs. We kill them all. That's what I say. The only good bugs are dead bugs. Starship Troopers really had a real impact on me as a kid. All right.
I mean, some bugs are valuable. I
No.
think, right? That's okay. All right. Well, now we know where you stand on that matter. Very important.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I believe heavily in conservation and nature and wildlife, and bugs need to die, according to me. I've never met a good bug.
But like a spider. Spiders are pretty cool.
No, they're not. They're poisonous.
Not
They'll
all
kill
of
you.
them. No, it's not true.
Yeah, it is.
Every spider will kill you.
Yeah, and they hate you.
So who?
The spiders.
Spiders have told you they hate you.
Yes. That's why they make webs where you want to be, and they scurry around all the time. Honestly, I got a headlamp, right? I got a headlamp over the Zon, yeah.
Why?
For Prime Day. Why did I get a
You
headlamp?
was spelunking or some shit?
No, so I can see in the nighttime when I'm on my walk with
right.
dogs.
You told me about this. Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'd love to go spelunking though.
I have seen some videos of people spelunking and getting themselves into situations.
And getting really scared, yeah.
What the fuck, dude? The look at your face makes me very uncomfortable.
I love the like. It's hard to explain, I realize, and it kind of makes me sound like a psychopath. I like the feeling where the question isn't, can I do this? It's, well, I have to do this. So I like that when that changeover happens, it changes your mindset, and I like being in that mindset. But you can't always be in that mindset. That's the crazy person. So I don't know.
I get what you mean. I just think just even the secondhand anxiety that I get from watching something like a video of people going into, because the one I saw was just like a forest, but there's like a water drain at some point in the forest. I don't know what the fuck. And they crawl in, like they squeeze into it and then just go down and down and down and down. And they make little jumps, and it's like, how are you going to get back up? How are you going to make sure that every like door that you're going through is not a one-way thing? It's all just rocks and you can't see shit. And it's totally possible that you just do something wrong. You either fall, hurt yourself, and then just wait to die, or you just get stuck somewhere and wait to die. You know?
Yeah, that's what it's all about. The question isn't, can they get out? It's just, they have to get out or they die. And so then everything else is secondary at that point.
I would rather play Russian roulette. I have probably better chances of surviving that.
No,
I just
absolutely.
want the rush. No. It's like, yeah, I have 1 in 6. You know?
To some extent, you learn to trust a couple of things. Like your gear and your experience become really valuable on that, right? Like if you do like easier ones and you like kind of like work your way in, you know things to look for. Like you'll know like, that rock wall is like not super stable. So like maybe let's not go any further than this. Or like, that's like super treacherous. Like that could be risky. So I'll like be really careful where I put my feet. And also your gear, the more familiar you are with your gear and like the more you use it, the more you understand like what its limits are. And it's like, I think that kind of like plays into it too. It builds like I wouldn't say confidence. It builds like, it's reassuring. That's what's with you, right? When you're out there doing stuff alone, it's like the only stuff that you have on you is like your gear and yourself. So you kind of have to learn to put faith in both of those things.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really know. I've never been spelunking, never want to go spelunking. I'm not the kind of person who put myself in those situations.
I'd love to go cave diving.
I thought that was the same thing.
No, spelunking so spelunking I think is just cave exploring, and that can be underwater or not underwater. Okay. I'd like to do both, but underwater spelunking would be fun.
What's like some crazy man shit like that you wouldn't do?
I think I would need some time to think about that. I'd like to run with the bulls. I think that'd be cool.
But you've never once seen like an extreme hobby or activity or outdoorsy whatever or in whatever and been like, nah, not me. Everything you've been like, hell yeah.
I'm very much like I'll give it a go. Like I don't know if I'd like to do it, but I would try it at least once.
I don't know. I'll find something. Hopefully for next week, I'll bring you back. Like, yeah, these guys.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that there is stuff that I would think is a little bit too out there, but I think kind of what it comes down to is just like I like trying different things that are like physically demanding. So I think I would try stuff at least once, then figure out if I liked it or not.
So let's say 5 years from now, Yazeed has decided he hates programming, he hates League, and he's going to stop playing League and he's not going to program. Okay. But you want to be competitive. What are you competitive in?
I don't know. I
feel like I just broke your life open with that one.
Yeah, listen, I have nothing to compete with other people is the problem. Not a problem, but that's like a true thing. Because I have very close friends who I care about very deeply, and we have almost no hobbies to share.
That's kind of us.
Yeah. You and me, our hobbies are like we play some of the same games. Yeah. Which are like games that we've both found to enjoy, which are like not very many. Right. And then programming,
which we're both pretty bad at.
Yeah. Well, you're good. I'm questionable. Right? JC and I, we play totally different games. Yeah. And I don't even know if he likes programming.
I don't think he does.
No, yeah. Like And like the kind of movies I like no one else seems to really watch or enjoy. And like, I don't know, man. Like, to some extent, it's like I want a friend who likes being outdoors, but I don't know how to make those friends. Because the kind of person who's an outdoorsy person, I don't think meshes really well with me as a like personality wise.
Maybe one day this podcast will get popular, and then there'll just be a bunch of people who are like, "Let's go hiking," and then you just get to abandon me because you realize there's nothing valuable in hanging out with me.
Nah, I like hanging out with you. I would rather have friends. I'd rather be friends with people with different hobbies. I think that's what makes life way more enjoyable and like it's more variety to it.
Yeah.
And more like perspectives, because like I don't listen to hip hop really, but you do, and you know a lot about it. So you have like perspective and understanding of something I have no clue about. And same about JC and anime and book anime.
Isn't that manga?
I know. I like to call it book anime.
Okay. I was gonna say, speaking of anime, I watched more Rent a Girlfriend.
Yeah.
I really don't love it. I really don't love it. There was a montage of masturbation. It seems like often the punchline in that show, like the thing that's funny, is him reaching for a tissue. Like, you know?
Does that show is it making fun of incels, or are they just giving us a glimpse into their life?
I want to say the intention is good and pure. Mm-hmm. I want to say it's a show trying to get people with the mindset of this main dude, which is that like girls are just sex things. Mm-hmm. And he's like incapable of controlling himself. Literally, he just masturbates like whenever he thinks he should. And he's like this thing that I'm hoping the people who created the show are like, yeah, the viewer will identify with this, and then we show them that this person is bad and change them along the way. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Not that I think shows should like change someone's whatever. I mean, like if you're a weirdo incel, like do you? You know what I mean? Don't hurt people, but do you? But I don't know if it's that, because I'm like 6 episodes in and I haven't seen anything really whatever, and it's still this like pervy type show. Mm-hmm. Where the main girl who he's interested in, like his fake girlfriend, is attractive, and it'll just be like, look at her butt, look at these titties.
Yeah. And
it's just like, am I laughing at this because it's making fun of this, or is this real? You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Listen, I haven't watched a ton of anime, but all the anime I've ever watched has that. And all the people who watch anime are like, oh yeah, it's just fan service, bro. And it's like, why though? Like you wouldn't get it. When you watch more anime, you'll get it. It's like I've never gotten it, and I don't really understand why that kind of. I don't understand why anime people feel like that has to be in the show. Because it's kind of weird, right?
It is weird, and I think I have a couple friends who are into anime in a pretty serious way. Not like in a bad way, but like in a serious way. They really love anime, and they really like admire the art of it and some of the writing, and they have really varied taste. One of them, I think I mentioned to you before, is a dude who sent me like a custom-made PDF that he wrote up, and I was like, brother, you're into this shit. Yeah. But both of them have the same complaints. Both of my friends who like anime like this, they say that their number one thing, one of their number one things, is the like over sexualization of women in anime. Yeah. Is typically like a thing that just makes them go to another one. And I'm not like opposed to sexualization of women. Like if that's your thing and like if that's your artistic whatever, I just think it's such a common thing in everything that I've seen that it's like strange.
Yeah.
It's like the Carl's Jr. commercials, the old ones. Remember where it was like girl in bikini eating a fucking triple layer burger?
Yeah. And like the hot sauce, like the barbecue sauce, whatever falls on it. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, you're doing that, and I don't like your commercial, but it's the one like this. If every one of them was like that, if everything was like an old GoDaddy commercial where it implied that there was pornography to be seen at GoDaddy.com.
Oh, like Danica Patrick slowly unzipping her. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, you guys sell domains.
Yeah.
You're marketing pornography. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
I never knew what they were marketing. I was like, is this just an ad for porn on regular television?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
And they got me too, because at the beginning I was like, wow, they're really going to show me porn if I go to GoDaddy. Because even their name sounds like weirdly sexual. But
I think that's our fault. We sexualized the word daddy.
I didn't sexualize the word daddy.
No, yeah.
But yeah, I know what you mean. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I want to like the show more than I do. And I think it's one of these things where like Crunchyroll's selection is so overwhelming because I don't have any frame of reference for any of these things.
Yeah.
Like on Netflix, you could be like, oh, romantic comedy bullshit. No. Type stuff.
Yeah.
But on this, everything is just like 6 people on the front. They're all super colorful. It's all Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the fuck the show's about.
Yeah.
I can read the synopsis, but that really doesn't describe the day-to-day of the show or whatever. So I feel like instead of taking a chance on some show, I'm just going to keep watching Rent-A-Girlfriend because it's here.
Yeah, that makes sense. There was one that I watched that I really liked because it took the weird amount of sexualization and kind of turned it on its head. It's called Scum's Wish. That show leaves you feeling gross, but it's really well done.
Nice. What if I go in feeling gross? Will I feel grosser or clean?
I think you... Well, I mean, what kind of gross?
What kind of gross are you talking about? I just have a general kind of...
like the show deals with, like... I don't want to spoil it. Are you going to watch it?
What's it called?
Scum's Wish.
I was going to say Scum's Revenge. I don't know. I mean, if I ever see it on a thing, I might watch it.
All right.
You don't have to spoil it, but just like...
Yeah, I mean, like, basically, it's about this girl. I think if I remember right, she's in high school, and she loves this teacher. And there's this other dude who's in her same grade who loves a female teacher, right? So, like, she loves the male teacher, he loves the female teacher, and they use each other and pretend they're the other person and bone. And they like call each other by like the teacher names instead of their actual names.
Okay.
And it kind of that's like the first 5 minutes of the first episode, and it goes from there. And it kind of deals with all that stuff, and I feel like I did a pretty good job of like starting with something that's super sexual, and then like at the end of it, it completely desexualized all of that. And it was like, yeah, these people like they had to like go through a journey. Also, that was one of the most well-written character arcs I've ever seen in an anime. Most anime, I feel like the character arc is like guy needs to get stronger, gets stronger, beats guy
Is strong.
Yeah. But new challenger, ? Is stronger? Guy needs to get stronger than stronger.
This is Dragon Ball Z. I feel like it's a personal
It's
attack.
also Naruto.
Okay.
And I
Every
assume
show.
probably other ones.
Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever watch Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, I loved Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid.
Did you do anything weird?
No.
Like when Yu-Gi-Oh came on? Or like...
What do you mean? I didn't go and get my cards and set them up to watch Yu-Gi-Oh with me, Joseph.
I did that. I used to have the Yu-Gi deck and the Kaya deck, right? And that was like the thing.
Yeah.
So whenever they would pull out a certain like, Dark Magician, Blue Eyes White Dragon, I had them. I'd be like, well, fuck, I might as well. And I'm like here with my little like the TV dinner table.
Yeah.
And I would just be pulling them down. Like I wasn't playing anything. I was just having all the cards out that they were using in the show because I felt like it was more engaging that way. I miss whatever the fuck made me do that. I don't have the energy to do shit like that anymore, but I used to be like, oh, Yu-Gi-Oh's coming on. I gotta go get the cards. I gotta like set them out.
The
and plan
ritual?
whatever. Yeah. I used to have the energy to do that kind of stuff, and now it's like...
You still do. You just choose not to perform it.
Yeah, I guess so. I used to fucking love Yu-Gi-Oh.
Nah, listen, I used to really like Yu-Gi-Oh too.
Yeah.
Kaiba was my favorite character. I liked the edgy characters when I was younger.
Yeah, the bowl cut, that like sharp...
Yeah.
Yeah, like sharp bangs.
Yeah, I liked his jacket. I still kind of like his jackets.
Yeah.
The really long ones with the hilariously high collar.
Yeah.
Most of my jackets have a high collar.
So it's like that mindset that turns into the dude at the Comic-Con wearing the like weeb outfit.
Yeah.
And it's a slippery slope because I've caught myself watching Rent-A-Girlfriend where there's a certain screenshot of a character's facial expression. And I'm just like, that should be my Twitter picture. I'm like, already, like, I should make anime my Twitter picture.
No.
Because they're so expressive.
They
and
are.
it's funny. There's like,
Yeah.
and it's like that immediate thing where you're like, other anime people would know what this is from, and then I can make friends. Because if it's like if you see your waifu on someone else's Twitter profile, you like want to hang out with that person. I think, unless you're like fighting them for your waifu's attention.
Your waifu's dignity. I don't know. I don't know. I get around that by just sending Zach all those stupid stuff I see because he recommends most of it to me, so he's seen it. So I just send him like the hilarious, like quotes and stuff.
Yeah.
That's you should try it. Just message Zach a scene from Rent a Girl and Rent a Girlfriend, and he will respond to you, and it's great.
I haven't talked to Zach in like.
Yeah, don't say anything. Just send him that because he'll ask me like, "What is happening?" And I'll be like, "Oh, don't worry. Joseph needed to vent to somebody about Rent a Girlfriend. I told him to use you."
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't want to talk to anybody besides you about anime because I don't want to risk anybody else knowing about anime to then try to have a conversation with me about anime.
Yeah.
I'm trying to avoid anime conversations.
Yeah, Zach actually just talked to me for like 4.5 hours about VTubers. Yeah. And I was like, I don't give a fuck about VTubers.
What's a VTuber?
A VTuber. Okay, listen, I'll tell you right now, I have a negative opinion of VTubers, so that's a bias.
I can tell.
Okay. VTubers are streamers that instead of being themselves as a streamer or like just having a persona as their streamer, they literally have an anime girl as their avatar. That's the like picture that's up on the screen, and they use like anime girl lingo, or they're straight up just a Japanese girl who's trying to learn English.
So this is a human being pretending to be an anime girl? Yes,
but their avatar is an anime girl. So you don't know who the real human is, and most of them have like play up an anime persona.
But they're a human on camera. How do you not know who they are?
No, they're not a human on camera. They use like motion capture, and they motion capture onto an anime person. So to the viewer, it's just an anime person playing.
But it's like
games.
A mocap.
Kinda, yeah. It's like shittily mocap. It's not like Iron Man is walking around in his Iron Man suit. It's more like an anime. It's animated like an anime person. It's like they'll make anime people expressions sometimes and stuff.
And they have like a mapping of like human happy to anime girl happy.
Yeah.
Is it some weird?
It doesn't hit uncanny valley, so it's not like it makes you uncomfortable to see them.
I mean, I bet it would make me uncomfortable to see them.
I don't like it because I feel like it's straying. Like, I feel like that's like one of those steps where it's like irreversible damage almost.
To society?
To individuals, not really to society. I feel like society will just use this and just use it to like make more ads using VTubers because it's cheaper than using an actual person. But
yeah, but like if it is influencing a significant amount of people today, then this little niche will exist.
Yeah, a VTuber came out with her first album, and it was like number 3 on iTunes.
What?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Is this person recording music like
as
writing
the anime character? And
that's bizarre. I mean, whatever. It's creative. Creative.
Listen, I think that they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
I think it's troublesome that it's that popular and people are simping for basically an anime character in real life. I feel like my whole dilemma with it is I feel like it's taking us from like person to person and removing the person aspect, and it's just like person to anime character, and we kind of forget that there's like I think we're kind of losing the way of like this. We're all people, and we should like interact with people in a proper way, as opposed to just being like anime girl does anime cute stuff. Also, I feel like it kind of, I don't know, I feel like it plays into like weird weeb energy too much.
Okay, but also all of these streamers, if they're female and they have like a certain thing or whatever, or if it's a popular male streamer or whatever, I would say either way, someone like, I don't know, PewDiePie isn't, no one, a lot of people who watch him aren't like, I want to fuck him. Pokimane probably has a lot of people who are like, I want to fuck her.
Yes.
Proportionally, right? Larger than PewDiePie.
Yes.
PewDiePie's a handsome man. I'm just saying, no one wants to fuck men.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
Except for other men.
yeah. But my point is, any streamer is really giving you like a fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
You donating money to have someone read your question is the fantasy of this person knowing you. It's the fantasy of kind of having some sort of friendship with this person who you've grown to like because you watch so much of their content and you want to feel connected with them, especially these days when there's really not a lot of connection to be had unless you have certain things that you can do. But like trying to make friends right now is impossible.
Yes.
So if you're already selling a fantasy of basically being friends with a character, selling like being an anime person, besides the kind of initial weirdness of dehumanizing a human, I would say is just a more explicit version, because we already dehumanize celebrities. We already say like, I know this person, I could talk shit about this person because I've never met this person, but they're so famous.
Yeah.
Like, the streamer has the persona that they're still selling you, but they kind of also get this thing of anonymity because they get to hide their real selves because they're giving you the real character, which is like a character, not a fake version of themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I get that regardless of whether it's an anime girl or a real person, it's probably not like a real like either way, that's not really who Pokimane is, probably. Like it's probably like similar, but probably like the VTubers are also kind of similar personality wise. I just think it takes away the human aspect of being alive, and that's something that I think weebs really shouldn't lose because they of all people already are like towing the line between like regular society and like complete animals, basically, like forgetting how society really actually functions.
But in a world where,
and also I feel like it sets the stage for like further dehumanization of humans, and I don't like that. I like the idea of having an actual person. I don't like the idea of having like a virtual avatar of a real person, if that makes I don't care if it's a real person pretending to be something, because that's what a movie is basically. I have a problem when it's like somebody pretending to be an anime girl and then like you don't know anything else. It's just an anime girl and everyone is simping for an anime girl now. I think that's kind of like I think that's towing the line between like regular human society and like complete like not, I don't want to be too mean about it. I have like a really negative opinion on VTubers. So
okay, but how is this functionally different from I want to fuck Black Widow from the Avengers?
It isn't, but it is. It isn't, because Black Widow looks like a real person. You can look
an anime girl looks like a real person. It's just
nah, it doesn't look like a real person. It looks like a stylized version of a real person.
Yeah, but no human woman looks like Scarlett Johansson in the Avengers.
No, that is true. That is a stylized version of. But you can look at Scarlett Johansson and be like, okay, I get, like, Scarlett Johansson's very attractive. You look at Scarlett Johansson, and you're like, yeah, okay, like that's an attractive person. But if you look at an anime person, you can't be like, that's an attractive person. You have to say that's an attractive anime thing. Like, that's an attractive drawing.
I said that earlier. I said about the main Rent-A-Girlfriend and Rent-A-Girlfriend, she's like attractive because that's kind of how she's portraying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's probably a man drawing like a thick anime girl and be
Yeah.
like, yeah, they'll fucking love this. And like, we do.
Yeah.
You know? What's wrong? I don't know. In a world, especially now, when being a member of society doesn't really require you to physically exist in the same place as a lot of people, and you can realistically have like a hermit lifestyle and kind of function just fine like that, and as technology gets better, where you can feel connected to people in a way that isn't real, like being a member of society is not even a thing, you know?
Yeah. I'm opposed to that as well. I want people to get out there. I want people to like go out and experience what like nature is like. I want people to go out on a hike. I want people to go on like a 7-mile hike, and on the 3rd mile be like, shit, I am too tired to get back, and then have to make it back or they just die. I want people to experience that. I think that's part of the human experience. And that's what makes people human. Like, I think that like that physical like the physical demand for like, I don't know, like just demanding of your body physically, like telling your body like you don't have a choice. We either make it back to the car or we die out here. I think everyone should experience that a couple of times.
I guess, but you're kind of saying this from the perspective of someone this year with like the things available to you, the conveniences that you're kind of taking for granted, the kind of way that you're saying, I think what you're like, I'm reading this as the world is very convenient. Humans are not built, evolved for this convenient thing. We, at our core, are like
predators.
Yeah, we're animals, and this life of, you know, having an iPad from birth and watching YouTube videos to be entertained and having daily harvest smoothies delivered to your door. You have no idea how this fruit was grown or whatever, is like disconnected from being a human.
Mm-hmm.
There is someone 100 years ago who would have had the same kind of mindset, but is like, wow, I can't imagine having a fucking water bottle that I get water from a sink. That's not what makes us human. Being human is finding a natural water source and boiling that water because it might have piss and blood in it or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
no, listen, I think that there's a middle ground where I'm okay if people want to watch VTubers, but I feel like there needs to be like a cost associated with that, where it's like, oh, you want to watch a VTuber, you have to go on a hike before you can do that. Like, you want to watch a VTuber, you have to go on a run. Like, you want to watch a VTuber, like, you got to go do some physical activity that puts you out in the actual world so you don't forget that there's actually humans out there and we're not all anime characters pretending to be something. I think that's kind of like my problem is, like, I feel like people are losing touch with, like...
What's the downside, though, of a subset of society choosing to disengage?
I mean, okay, so if people disengage with society, society is no longer, it's not a society anymore. It's a collection of individuals barely tagged together by the people who are trying.
I don't disagree with you. I guess I think it's just funny because it seems like if you were the president of the world, you would like make people do shit.
Yeah, I'd be like, fucking go out there and climb a mountain. I'd be like, listen, I think like to be human is to physically challenge yourself. I think it's fine if people want to like order a McDonald's burger. I get it, right? Everyone wants to just chill and relax. But I also think people need to remember what it's like to ask your body to do something that you're not even sure if you can do it. I think that when you're done with that, then it's like, oh, like that's amazing. Like my body is so fine-tuned. Like it's so willing to do whatever it takes to do whatever it needs to do that I've earned this burger. But I feel like people are kind of forgetting. I think people are forgetting the step where it's like you have to remember that your body was designed to run down any animal that's ever lived, basically.
Yeah, but the whole thing of evolution is that we have built a society where it's really not required. Like the whole, you know, some people go and hunt animals and other people gather berries and shit.
Yeah.
It's like that was society, but now, like, say we live in a world where it's like the Culture series type shit. Again, I haven't read those books. But everything's provided for you. Everything is whatever. My whole problem with that is that at the end of the day, humans built these systems. Humans need to understand how the systems work in order to fix them when they inevitably go wrong. There is no such thing as pure perfection or whatever. Mm-hmm. Which seems like what you're saying. We live in a world where we essentially have all these things available to us, but we should remember where they came from. I can watch a documentary on where my burger comes from and be like, oh, cool. Fucking the factory farming of cows. That's shitty. This Big Mac's delicious.
Yeah.
You know, like what? I can see where it comes from and remember it. Do you think I need to be forced to like slaughter a cow before I can eat a burger?
No, I don't think that. I literally, it's just like, I think people need to remember there's a real world out there. I think that's like the number one. I think a lot of people have forgotten that, like, hey, your city, your town, that's not the real world. Like, that's just a part of the real world. The real world's like enormous and also like super dangerous sometimes and requires you to be able to do stuff like physically demanding work and like really paying attention for long periods of time.
Not for some people though. I mean, some people don't have to do anything like that and they live and live a happy life and die, and they
I know,
never had to do any of this.
But I think they're missing out
Yeah, but someone can think that you're missing out
on
a life of simplicity, like luxury.
I mean, it's not like I sit in a dirt bath every day. Like, I don't live in squalor, like out in the jungle. I think that people just need to be, I think it's okay to enjoy things. I think it's good to enjoy things, but I also think this, to some extent, like, you gotta remember that, like, hey man, like, we're not really built to sit for 100 hours a day or whatever, right? Like, we're actually built to, like, run for like 14 hours a day. That's what our bone structures for, our musculature.
But again, it's all about
everything.
evolution. What if in 1,000 years we've evolved to sit down for 8 hours because that's where society got
I mean, that's
us.
okay if we get there eventually, but until then, I feel like we're doing a disservice to ourselves.
But then, aren't you trying to counteract evolution, which is a natural progression of our species? If you're saying everybody should be fucking running all day, even though I have a laptop.
I don't think you need to run all day. I think people need to go on a run, though.
But you're saying we're built to run 14
We are
hours
built
a
to,
day.
yeah, but I'm not saying go run for 14 hours a day. That's crazy, unless you're really into it. I think, just like go for like a 10-minute jog.
Well, yeah, but then
how many people
eventually
can go for a 10-minute jog?
Then eventually we're built for 10 minutes of running a day, not 14 hours.
That's fine.
Yeah, but then eventually it's sitting down all day.
Okay, you're looking at it on the long term of like
Yes.
evolutionary history, but that's assuming that natural selection is we're selecting for that sexually, and we don't.
Okay, but what if... Okay, so a big thing about the like people who don't leave their house is they probably aren't fucking because they can't. People don't just appear in their home to fuck. I mean, maybe that's a service one day or whatever.
Yeah,
but like, you never know. What if in the future it's like Zoom has a fucking feature?
Yeah,
it's like that's how it works. And people don't have to be traditionally like.
Yeah, but then those people would still have to have a child together.
Maybe you can, I don't know. Maybe Zoom birth it in a lab for you, and then you can raise it remotely.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if we do one day find a way to like sexually choose like for inability to be physically active, then yes, we would move towards that. But in general, I don't think we specifically go out and be like, which one of you is the least active person. It's not like the opposite. It's not like birds became so like peacocks became so like vibrant and have so much plumage because they were chosen, right? Like the male who had the biggest, baddest plumage, all the peahens were like, I want a bit of that peacock, you know what I'm saying? And then that's how like the peacock got its big old tail. It's not like people are like, which one of you is the laziest piece of garbage out here? Which one of you is eating 14 Big Macs a day, huh? That's the one I want to marry.
Yeah, but there is someone on the other side who eats 14 Big Macs a day who is seeking that person because that's who they would spend time with.
Yeah.
Not because they're like Big Bertha's not looking for a chat. She's looking for a big birdo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's fine, but it's not like as a species. I think at that point you're looking at like divergent evolution of like the one group that's looking for each other where they're like kind of lazy and not doing anything, and the other group that's like choosing for at least like moderate physical, or at least like light physical activity.
I don't know. This conversation's gone off the rails. I just think there are people in this world who don't give a shit about people being able to hike.
Yeah.
And
listen, it's okay.
President Yazeed should not force those people to hike.
100%, if I was president, I would institute like national physical health days where everyone's required to do physical activity.
No, dude.
Yeah. I'd be like, everyone get your ass on the field. We're going for a run, push-ups, like sit-ups.
And if not, we'll send you to the fucking gulags.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I think that people miss out on some fundamental part of being alive by not doing anything physical.